Hi everyone! Today we are going to talk about safety because, in my personal opinion, safety is the #1 most important factor to any woodworking project or power tools project. So, for my very first piece of personal protective equipment that I'm going to show you today is going to be, ta-da, my boots. These are a thick-soled, steel-toed, very supportive work boot. I made the mistake of wearing a pair of Uggs out in the garage one day and stepped on a nail. It went through my shoe into my foot and I had to use a pry bar to get it out, and that's no exaggeration and I'm not even kidding. So make sure that you are keeping yourself safe while you're out here with good, supportive, protective shoes. Next are my safety glasses. I already wear glasses for, well, corrective lens glasses, but they only have so much support, I guess, if they were to be hit with a board or a nail or whatever. So just make sure you're protecting your eyes. It's very important because I have seen, working in a emergency room, a lot of eye injuries from power tools, people not wearing their protective equipment, and some of the results were not very good. There were not good outcomes. So make sure that you are protecting your eyes along with your ears. These are my 3M noise canceling Bluetooth enabled headphones. So not only are they protecting my ears, but they're supplying musical motivation when I'm out here. We have my gloves, which I use only when I'm staining or painting. If you're just cutting or nailing, you don't really need these, but the stains that I use are oil-based stains, and as soon as they come in contact, they're on there and it's going to be hard to get them off. So make sure you're keeping your skin covered. If you like your fancy fingernails, then you don't want to ruin your manicure. Me personally, yeah, I don't do any of that stuff. So lastly is my 3M respiratory mask with 2 filters on it. I bought this when I was pregnant and out here working with my 3rd child, so you don't need something so heavy duty. If you have a sanding or a dust mask, that would be sufficient, but this is just become habit and I just like having that extra protection. I have one other thing that I want to show you, which is not a piece of protective equipment, but you'll understand why in a minute. This here, oh, hold on. This here is a 2-inch brad nail. You might be wondering why I have it taped onto my pegboard. That is because the last time I touched this nail, it was embedded in my hand into the bone of my pointer finger on my left hand, because I was not carefully placing my hands while shooting my pneumatic nailer, and I ended up with a nail in my hand. So this is a reminder to myself that whenever I use my nailer, which is here, to always be conscious, and I think that's one of the most important pieces of your protective equipment, is using your brain and really paying attention to what you're doing, where your hands are placed. There are guides on your equipment. I will show you over here. Excuse the mess, but there's a guide right here that tells you, do not put your hand over this line because it's too close to the blade. Accidents happen. So just keep in mind, when you're using your tools, you want to pay attention to stuff like this, because you do not want to risk losing a finger or an eye or anything like that because you're not paying attention. So yeah, so that's it. So this is my arsenal of protective gear to keep my eyes, ears, nose, and feet intact while I'm out here. Thank you so much for watching.